is enough said.
Happy Tuesday, Miami Heat Nation. Your boy Ernest here. Back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Guys, you know this next part. I'm going to ask it anyway. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe because we are pushing to 6,000 subscribers. And together, let's go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Guys, these next 2 days going to be huge for the Miami Heat. Tonight is the first game of the play-in tournament for the Golden State Warriors, who will be playing the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, it's beneficial for the Miami Heat, for the Golden State Warriors to lose these games for a few reasons. You know, the first reason, after all the noise and drama that Jimmy Butler made, requesting to get traded, getting traded to the Golden State Warriors, having a hot start like they did, to fall flat on their faces, getting into the play-in, then losing out of the play-in and not making the playoffs, that would be sweet, obviously, as a competing fan. But what would even be sweeter is the fact that the Miami Heat own the Golden State Warriors 2025 draft pick, as I mentioned in yesterday's video. So it is beneficial for the Miami Heat, for the Golden State Warriors to lose out of the play-in tournament for those two reasons. Now, the worst scenario for the Miami Heat, if the Golden State Warriors end up making the 7th or the 8th seed, because of the record that the Golden State because of the record that the Golden State Warriors finished on this regular season, they are standing to get, at worst, the 18th, 19th, or 20th pick in the 2025 playoffs. So, at worst, you guys, the Miami Heat would get the 20th pick in the draft. But at best, they can wind up with another lottery pick if Golden State do not make the playoffs. So yeah, it's beneficial for the Miami Heat, for the Golden State Warriors to lose these next two games. So we're going to be watching that very closely. But Wednesday, the Miami Heat play against the Chicago Bulls on the 9th, 10th seeded game. If the Heat lose this game, we're out. And we keep our 2025 draft pick. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. Potentially having two first-round draft picks that are both lottery picks, but losing future protections on 2026, 2028, it's bittersweet. But this draft class is loaded. And I'm a big proponent on living in the now and going for it. So having two first-round draft picks that could be anywhere from lottery picks to the worst 20th pick, it's pretty good. You can get two players that can help you now. But the topic of this video that I want to get to, you guys, and I know people are going to be banging on their heads, going crazy, but we're going to talk about Kevin Durant again. And I did a video a few days ago on Kevin Durant, and there were people in the comments, you know how every comment's going to be on YouTube. You have your good comments, you have your supporters, you have your realists, but then you have a little bit of your trolls and your haters, and people are going to be, why the hell are we talking about Kevin Durant again? Well, reason why, you guys, is after I posted that video a few days ago, a report came out from Evan Siddery, Shams Charania, and multiple journalists in the NBA, were they saying that this is a quote from Shams Charania, Kevin Durant could definitely be traded this offseason. It just hasn't worked out with the Suns team. There was mutual interest at the trade deadline with Golden State, Minnesota, New York, Houston, Miami, and San Antonio, end quote. Now, Kevin Durant, you guys, I understand his age. I understand how people may not want him on this team because he's not, quote unquote, a great leader. But at 36 years old, averaging 27 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, over a block a game, almost a steal a game, 36 minutes a game, he's a guy that gives you what you need. And I've said this so much times before, you guys, but I'm going to have to repeat it because it's the truth. The dude's on a 1-year contract next season. This could be a 1-year rental. It could be the perfect situation for the Miami Heat because the Miami Heat may not have to go all in. If you're going after a Trae Young, an Anthony Edwards, a Ja Morant, a lot of these players who have multiple years left on their contract, you are going to have to sell the farm to get these players. But Kevin Durant, in the situation that he's in, you guys, actually works great for the Heat. They just fired their coach, Mike Budenholzer. They didn't make even the play-in tournament. They finished with the 11th seed in the Western Conference. They have a terrible contract in Bradley Beal, who has a no-trade clause. The only way that they can get out of that contract is if they buy him out. And they're going to have to give him a lot of that money in the buyout. And then Bradley Beal is going to be able to go somewhere else for the mid-level exception and pretty much get that money back. So Phoenix have put themselves in a hole. They've also sent multiple first-round draft picks to the Houston Rockets. So, for example, their pick this season doesn't go to them. It goes to Houston. Can you imagine if Phoenix ends up getting the top 5 pick in the draft? That pick goes to Houston, who finished second or third in the Western Conference. It's insane. Hang on. I got it right here. Where they finish. Second seed in the Western Conference. That's insane. They're going to end up with Phoenix's pick. So right now, I understand what Phoenix is thinking, guys. They need to blow this team up. It didn't work. Matt Ishbia, when he bought the team, traded for Durant, traded for Bradley Beal because he thought this big three idea is going to work. It doesn't work anymore in today's NBA, especially these three types of players. You need to have differences. They can't just be three scorers. They have to have different balances. They don't have that in Phoenix. So yeah, they're going to try to continue to build around Devin Booker. They may have to get rid of him too. They may have to blow this whole thing up and try to get as much draft capital back as they can. Now, they're going to be able to get a lot of draft picks if they trade Devin Booker. He's going to be their key piece to get them draft picks. Bradley Beal, you need to get cap flexibility. And Kevin Durant, you just got to try to make it the best. Kevin Durant's on the final year of his contract. You had all that drama with him during the trade deadline. So his value has diminished a little bit. You're not going to get the same value that you gave out trading for him. Now, here's the biggest thing. The Miami Heat are going to have competition for Kevin Durant. I'm sure Houston's going to go after him. I'm sure Minnesota's going to try to take a crack at him. I'm sure even Golden State's going to revisit that. Even San Antonio is probably going to revisit that. Kevin Durant was interested in 6 teams. Well, I mean, technically 5 teams. Golden State tried to trade for him and he canceled that trade. And then some people were thinking that, it was just because he didn't want to move midseason like he said in Draymond Green's podcast. No, it was because he didn't want to go to Golden State. If it was one of these other teams, New York, Houston, Miami, Minnesota, or San Antonio, I think he would have okayed that trade. So here's the thing, and here's the biggest thing what I want to talk about in this episode, you guys. Because Bleacher Report put up a trade idea yesterday that I want to talk about. And I want to read the quote. But there was other reports before. I saw a report where it said for Kevin Durant to give up Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Andrew Wiggins, Kel'el Ware, 2 future first-round draft picks. No. That's the biggest thing about trading for Kevin Durant. What do you need to give up? What are you going to give up? Because the reason why you're going to be trading for Kevin Durant rather than these other players that may become available is because you don't want to sell the farm. I love this youth movement team. I think next season, if we give Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero another crack at leading this team, with a lot of these players coming back, potentially having 2 first-round draft picks, and you have your mid-level and biannual exception where you can sign players that can actually help you, bringing back Jaime, bringing back Nikola, bringing back Pallel Larson, Josh Christopher, Keyshawn Johnson. This team, you give them another year to grow, they might be something. We saw this team grab a lot of leads during regular season games. They lost it in the second half because they need more time to develop. But let's be honest, if you put a superstar player, a superstar quality player on this roster, they will contend next season. Because that's what they need. So it's either speeding up the process by trading for one of these guys or just letting them build. Now, Bleacher Report posted an idea, and I would be all for it. Andrew Wiggins, Duncan Robinson, a 2029 first round, and a 2031 first round draft pick, including the Miami Heat in conversations like the almost feels obligatory. But there's more to it than that. Miami really does have what looks like a ready-made Kevin Durant trade package with Andrew Wiggins. If Phoenix wants to further tear down, Duncan Robinson's expiring contract and multiple first-round draft picks can work. Short-term financial flexibility and even a little recouping of the Suns' barren assets cupboard should be what they're after, and the Miami Heat can give them both. I think that trade package works. Andrew Wiggins, whose contract is expiring next season, because most likely he'll decline his player option. Duncan Robinson, whose contract is not fully guaranteed next season. You could shed some salary there. And 2 future first-round draft picks. I think that works. I would make that trade. We get to keep Kalel, Nikola, Jaime, and our other young pieces. Have Kevin Durant with Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and Davion Mitchell. Imagine that starting lineup, you guys. Davion Mitchell, Tyler Hero, Kevin Durant, Bam Adebayo, and Khalil Ware. That's a contending team in the East. So Heat Nation, let me know what you think in the comments. I know there's going to be haters. I know there's people going to say Kevin Durant again. Yes, because I talked about this a few days ago, and some people were calling me crazy, and now reports are coming out that the Miami Heat are interested in trading for Kevin Durant this offseason. It's been reported by a lot of journalists who have ties with the team. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, because we're pushing to 6,000 subscribers. You guys know I'm going to try to get you all the updates on what's going on. So I really appreciate the love and support. And until next time, your boy Ernest out, and that is enough said.